John Cena's heel turn has defied expectations, as fans have embraced this transformation instead of reacting with hostility. Unlike traditional heel turns that incite immediate outrage, Cena's shift in character has been met with intrigue and enthusiasm. This can be attributed to several factors, including nostalgia, respect for his career longevity, and the refreshing nature of his change in persona. One major reason why fans don't hate Cena's heel turn is that it brings a long-awaited evolution to his character. For over 2 decades, Cena has been the face of WWE, embodying the heroic, never-give-up persona that resonated with younger audiences. However, as time passed, portions of the fanbase began to grow tired of his unwavering good guy image. They felt that Cena's character had become stale, predictable, and at times even forced. His recent shift to the dark side has breathed new life into his persona, giving fans a fresh perspective on a veteran wrestler they have followed for years. Moreover, nostalgia plays a significant role in the acceptance of Cena's heel turn. Many fans who grew up watching Cena during his rise to superstardom in the mid-2000s have matured. They understand that character reinvention is essential for longevity in the wrestling business. Seeing Cena take on a new role excites longtime fans, as it allows them to witness a different side of a performer they have supported for years. Instead of feeling betrayed, they feel rewarded with something unexpected and engaging. Additionally, Cena's transition has been executed masterfully, making it difficult for fans to genuinely hate him. He has taken his years of experience and applied them to his new character in a way that feels natural and compelling. His promos, once filled with motivational speeches, now carry a sharp edge of realism that resonates with viewers. He speaks about the years of criticism he has faced, and instead of brushing it off, he embraces it. This meta approach makes the heel turn feel justified rather than forced, leading fans to appreciate the storytelling rather than reject it. Another reason for the positive reception is the respect fans have for Cena as an individual. Unlike many other wrestlers who have turned heel to revive struggling careers, Cena does not need to do this for relevance. He has transcended WWE, becoming a Hollywood star, a philanthropist, and a pop culture icon. Fans know that Cena has nothing left to prove, which makes his willingness to explore this new side of his character even more compelling. It adds depth to his already legendary career, rather than feeling like a desperate attempt to stay in the spotlight. Furthermore, Cena's heel turn has come at a time when WWE's storytelling has evolved beyond simple good versus evil narratives. Modern wrestling fans appreciate complexity in characters. They no longer simply boo heels because they are bad, or cheer babyfaces because they are good. Instead, they look for characters with depth, motivation, and authenticity. Cena's new persona fits into this modern approach perfectly, making it easy for fans to accept and even support him in his new role. It is also important to note that Cena's current rivalry with Cody Rhodes has helped solidify his heel persona in a way that fans find engaging rather than detestable. Rhodes, as the undisputed WWE champion, represents the hard-working underdog story that fans have rallied behind. By turning against Rhodes and aligning with The Rock, Cena has positioned himself as a villain in a storyline that naturally draws support for his opponent. However, instead of outright hating Cena, fans are invested in seeing how this dynamic plays out. It creates compelling television rather than inspiring legitimate anger. Cena's heel turn has also been received positively because it feels like a reward for longtime fans who have been speculating about it for years. For more than a decade, fans debated whether Cena would ever abandon his heroic persona and embrace a darker side. Many believed it would never happen due to his dedication to his younger fan base and his role as WWE's top merchandise seller. Now that it has finally happened, it feels like a momentous occasion rather than something to resent. Another factor that has contributed to the positive reception is Cena's ability to control the audience's emotions. Throughout his career, he has been one of the best at manipulating crowd reactions. Even at the height of his Super Cena era, when half the audience would chant, "Let's go Cena," while the other half shouted, "Cena sucks," he never lost control of the narrative. Now, as a heel, he has expertly leaned into the reasons why people once criticized him, turning them into strengths. This level of self-awareness makes his new character engaging rather than off-putting. It is also worth considering that WWE fans have matured alongside Cena. In the past, when a beloved superstar turned heel, it often resulted in outrage because younger fans viewed wrestling in black and white terms. However, today's audience appreciates the nuances of storytelling. They understand that a great heel makes for an even greater hero in the long run. Cena's heel turn adds depth to the WWE landscape, making the overall product more enjoyable. Another reason why fans don't hate heel Cena is that he has retained some of the qualities that made him popular in the first place. Unlike traditional heels who rely on cowardly tactics or excessive cheating, Cena's character remains confident, strong, and dominant. He has not become a caricature of a villain. Rather, he has embraced a more ruthless version of himself. This allows fans to enjoy his performances without feeling like he has completely abandoned everything that made him great. Furthermore, Cena's work outside the ring continues to earn him admiration. Fans know that regardless of his character's alignment on TV, he remains one of the most generous and charitable figures in wrestling history. His countless Make-A-Wish appearances, philanthropy, and genuine kindness make it difficult for fans to truly despise him. Unlike heels who generate heat through real-life controversies or betrayals, Cena's heel turn is purely a storytelling device, making it easier for fans to separate fiction from reality. The influence of social media and wrestling discourse has also played a role in shaping the perception of Cena's heel turn. In previous eras, major character shifts were met with immediate audience reactions in arenas, but today's fans engage in deeper discussions online. Many of them recognize that Cena's transformation is not about turning against the audience, but rather about evolving as a performer. This nuanced understanding has prevented widespread backlash and instead fostered excitement. Cena's heel turn has also created dream match scenarios that fans never thought they would see. With this new persona, there are fresh possibilities for rivalries with superstars like Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, or even younger talents who could benefit from feuding with him. The potential matchups alone have generated buzz, making fans more excited than angry about the change. Lastly, it is important to acknowledge that Cena's heel turn has made him relevant in WWE again in a way that feels organic. While he was always welcomed back as a legend, his appearances over the past few years felt more like nostalgia acts rather than necessary storylines. Now, with this new character direction, Cena is once again a central figure in WWE, driving narratives and headlining major events. This reinvigoration of his career has been widely appreciated by fans who want to see meaningful stories rather than one-off appearances. Cena's ability to craft his heel persona is another reason this turn is so legendary. It doesn't feel like a gimmick or a forced change. Instead, it feels like the natural progression of a character who has grown disillusioned over time. His promo on Raw, where he lashed out at the fans for their treatment of him, didn't just feel like a scripted moment. It felt like something real. He took everything fans have ever said about him: the accusations of being a corporate puppet, the relentless "Cena sucks" chants, the constant scrutiny over his moveset and booking, and turned them into a villainous motivation. That is a masterclass in storytelling. Additionally, the psychology behind Cena's turn is phenomenal. He has subtly been planting the seeds of this transformation for years. While he remained a babyface, there were always moments where his frustration with the fans seeped through. Whether it was his infamous pipe bomb response to CM Punk in 2011, his ruthless aggression toward The Rock in their feud, or his cold, almost merciless approach in rivalries with guys like Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns, Cena has always had a darkness in him. Now that darkness is fully unleashed, and it feels more organic than any other heel turn in recent memory. Another key aspect of why Cena's heel turn is so effective is its unpredictability. Fans expected him to come back for another nostalgia run, shake hands, kiss babies, and cut a heartfelt promo about loving WWE. Instead, he blindsided Cody Rhodes and aligned with The Rock, shocking the entire WWE universe. The best heel turns are the ones that catch everyone off guard, and this was executed perfectly. The visual of Cena and The Rock, once bitter enemies, standing together against Cody made for an unforgettable moment. Furthermore, Cena's new heel persona feels fresh while still keeping elements of his past. He hasn't suddenly changed his look dramatically or adopted an entirely different personality. He's just turned up the volume on the bitterness and frustration that had always lingered beneath the surface. That kind of consistency is what makes a heel turn work. Fans can still see the Cena they grew up with, but now they see a version of him who has finally had enough and snapped. His new presentation adds another layer to why this turn is so great. From his demeanor to his promos to the way he carries himself, this isn't the same Cena fans have known for years. He is more methodical, more menacing, and there's an intensity in his eyes that we haven't seen in a long time. He no longer plays to the crowd. no longer thrives off their energy. Instead, he rejects them, making his matches and segments feel even more compelling. The implications of this turn on WWE's landscape are massive. Cena is one of the biggest names in the history of wrestling, and now that he is on the dark side, it changes the entire dynamic of WWE. It opens the door for new rivalries, new matchups, and an entirely different way to book him. He is no longer the underdog hero who defies the odds. He is now the veteran who has seen it all and decided to burn everything down in response. That shift adds so much depth to WWE's storytelling. Another reason this turn is so impactful is how well it plays into the real-life history of Cena's career. For years, he was pushed as the ultimate good guy, the hero who would never give up. But fans, particularly hardcore wrestling fans, rejected that idea. They wanted a more complex character, one who acknowledged their frustrations and didn't always play the hero. With this turn, Cena has finally embraced that criticism and weaponized it against the very people who used to chant his name. That's storytelling at its peak. The longevity of this turn also adds to its greatness. Some heel turns are done simply for shock value and don't have long-term consequences. This, however, feels like a shift that will redefine Cena's legacy. It's not just a short-term feud, it's a complete reinvention of his character. If booked correctly, this could be Cena's defining run, even more so than his decade-plus as WWE's top babyface. In conclusion, fans don't hate John Cena's heel turn because it has been executed flawlessly, aligns with modern wrestling storytelling, and feels like a natural progression rather than a forced gimmick. His ability to reinvent himself while maintaining core aspects of his persona has allowed fans to enjoy this transformation rather than reject it. With WrestleMania 41 on the horizon, the excitement surrounding Cena's heel character is at an all-time high, proving that sometimes a well-timed change is exactly what a superstar needs to keep their legacy alive.